Hey, what's up everybody? It's Crosscurrent playing some Mount and Blade Warband. So this game's been out for a long time, and I've made one video already, but this time I'm going to give you a video on a good screen so I can actually show you the introduction and all that. So let's say it's your first time playing Mount and Blade Warband. You see this screen. First thing you want to do is play the tutorial. I'm not going to play that for you right now. It's very straightforward. If you get confused on that, I'm sorry. I'll make another video later. You probably want to start a new game. There's going to be no game to load. Custom battle, you'd want to do before multiplayer, I'd say. Because multiplayer, it sounds like it's easy because maybe everyone will be as new as you. But from what I found after playing this game for about 3 or 4 years, everyone there tends to be a god. And the best chance you have of winning is against the highest level AI. So I wouldn't suggest multiplayer. The custom battle, what's nice about it is you can set up 100 versus 100 and kind of get a feel for the battle, make it more difficult without having to do all the storyline. So if you're looking for just fighting and getting in people's faces and getting those achievements, do custom battle a couple times first. But yeah, for everyone else here that's looking for a very strategic game, maybe multiplayer later on, I suggest starting a new game. It gives you a really good storyline if you actually want to read through it. I'm not going to read through it because I don't want to ruin it for you, and it'd make this video pretty boring. So, your adventure, Mount and Blade, whoop-de-doo, select your gender. So, just so you know with this, given the era, males have a lot more benefits than females. Females are weaker, less health, less stamina, all sorts of stuff. So I would suggest being a male if you're starting off, but if you're going for the crazy achievements, like I think the toughest one in the game is win the game as a female, mainly because nobody's really won the game except a very few number of people. I've won it, but it took about 200 hours because this game is really intellectual and really complicated. Minus the fact that if you play combat higher than beginning, it's also really challenging. So I'd suggest even for that, play it on easy. Easy, and you'll still struggle. Male. Here what you're choosing is you're choosing what your father was, but it'll take a big impact on you. So like if your father was a noble, that'll give you something called renown, which once you have 200 you can carry your own banner. Once you get to like another amount, you can recruit lords to join you, and people will start respecting you and noticing you. But they'll offer you stuff like certain skills. Dexterity, I believe, comes from the thief. Hunter gives you some dexterity and strength. Warrior gives you a lot of strength and a lot of health, so on and so forth. But I would say just go with whatever. I would not suggest something like noble or merchant because the intellectual stuff is going to be really tough if it's your first try playing this game. So for you guys, I think a veteran warrior is probably one of the best ways to go. Yeah, I think the hunter gives you skills like tracking and pathfinding, which is useful early on, but I never really use tracking. Then here, you're telling them what you spent your early life as. Again, nobleman's court. Anything with nobles, you're going to get a lot of renown and a lot of favor, but if you're popular, the bandits might attack you more. I don't know if that's been changed or dealt with, but more people want to bring you down. But if you're with a certain faction, they'll respect you more. Street urchin, I don't think will give you that much. I go with craftsman's apprentice. I don't really remember what it gives you, but yeah, just check the wiki for this stuff so you can build a character that way. Or if you just like to go in making a character and see what it gives you, that's the funnest way to do it, because then you're not just kind of metagaming it. Squire, same thing as the other nobleman stuff. University student, I would assume gives you a lot of skills. Smith, game pusher. Yeah, I guess a smith would make sense if I spent my life as a blacksmith, crafting stuff. This actually helps a little bit. It doesn't give you as much. It's just more of +2 to which ability, like Personal Revenge, I believe, gives you strength. Wanderlust gives you probably charisma? I don't know. They have a bunch of weird stuff. Made me take this decision. Loss of a loved one, revenge, wanderlust, lust for money and power, being forced out of your home. I always chose wanderlust because, I mean, I've done that all my life. I've traveled, so that's just me. Oh, go back. Yeah, sure. No thanks. I would definitely suggest letting you quit without saving. Realistic, I don't like because if you lose power in the house or you accidentally hit the cord or the game crashes, which happens on very rare occasions. They've worked on that a lot. But if you tab out, sometimes you can't tab back in. I'd say let you quit without saving and just be honest with it. But if it's your complete first time, I'd say, save, attack, and if it's not like you expected, go back. No one can hate on you doing that your first couple times. So you put in your name, class current. Alright, so abilities. Attributes and skills. So if you want to improve your skills, you need to have triple. So if you have 3 in Iron Flesh, it's a strength skill that gives you more health. That means your strength is 9, 10, or 11. If it's at 12, then you can move it up to 4. So this is how their leveling system works. Strength, it's just obvious strength. It helps with when you attack people, you do more damage. It doesn't really affect this stuff as much. Agility, for each point you add there, you get more to your proficiencies. So if you want to get more proficiency in archery, you'll have a less of a bloom when you shoot the arrow. So like when you shoot the arrow, you'll be able to wait, and that helps you either with the more quicker time frame scope in, but it also allows you to scope in fully and take a precise shot versus the epitome of a shotgun at a long range. Intelligence will give you an extra skill point. You'll get one when you level up, but that will give you more. Charisma, unfortunately, it doesn't really do much else, but it does help with some of the most important skills I found in the game. Persuasion and leadership, they have those are skills that no other companions can help you with. And it also goes with strength, but throughout the game you'll find companions, and they can their skills can overpower yours and help the party more. But there are certain ones that can't help. So let's say engineer is a party skill. So let's say I have a guy called Nizar, and Nizar is normally a good engineer. Or at least I made him one. But if you have something like horse archery, it's a personal skill, so that's something only my character can do. Leader skill, that's the same thing. But if I were to have a companion that becomes a marshal for me, or a vassal, their leader skill I believe would carry on there. But I've seen the companions and AIs with parties that exceed 400, so I don't know how much of an effect that actually takes. But yeah, so something I always do, I'll make sure there's at least enough charisma to get leadership up to 3. Persuasion, I don't really find a use for that until late game. I'll just give you a quick rundown on this stuff. Iron Flesh seems kind of useless. 2 points of damage isn't going to help you a whole lot. Later on, if you have nothing to use, sure, dump some in there. Power Strike, you'll probably use the most. The throwing, I wouldn't suggest. It's good, but the bloom for it is insane all the time. Power Draw, I like that just because I'm a bowman in most games. It actually does help the damage. Weapons Master, what I'll do is it'll allow you to get higher proficiencies. So like at a certain point it'll stop, and when it gets closer to stopping, you'll be spending like 10 weapon points for 1 point on one-handed weapons, whereas right now it's 1 per. Shield, it is what it is. It reduces the damage you take to the shield, and oh, I didn't know that. It improves the speed that it takes to equip it and how much space it covers on you. Athletics improves how quickly you run, riding, how quickly you ride, and maneuver and such. Horse archery, you don't have anything in here, don't even try it. The spread will be as big as your screen if you try to shoot an arrow on a horse while you're moving and you have nothing in here. Looting, I find this to be pretty good early on. That's just my style because I'll get a bunch of people and I'll attack them. You'll get a bunch of loot and then you can sell it all. Now, I mean, I'll go into some details about tips and stuff in another video, but this is just a character creation section. Yeah, that's a good option. Trainer is always good. It increases speed with people gaining levels. So like, it typically happens outside of battles or right after battles. It'll be like, okay, the battle happened, but as a trainer, you added 1,000 experience shared amongst people. And at the end of the day, it'll be like, okay, well, we got this big group, everyone's high levels. End of each day, people start leveling up. Without even fighting, they're leveling up. So that's why I love that. And that's why intelligence is possibly the attribute you'll use the most. Strength and agility, not really. I mean, late game, yeah, you gotta choose one or the other, though. Tracking, it'll just show where people are moving and such. It's very strategic, but the problem is, I'm normally not chasing people that long. Normally I have a lot of horseback people, so I can just catch them instead. Tactics, every 2 levels you'll get battle advantage, which it doesn't seem like it does much, but it really does. The AI just actually do stuff correctly. They don't just wander and shoot at trees or some crap. They'll actually get into a good formation and use the right weapon at the right time. I think I've seen archers or whatever, swordsmen, veterans, whoever they are, using bow and arrows against horsemen that are right in front of them. Yeah, when they could have pulled out a spear and probably just knocked them off their horse. Pathfinding, this increases how quickly your party can move on the map. Since it's a risk-looking map, you gotta move around a lot. Spotting, it lets you see 10% further for each level. It'd be funny to go past 10 though, see more than 100%. Inventory management, I like to have 1 or 2 of these, especially if you have high looting, because, you know, even though it's just 6 more slots per skill, that'll make a pretty big difference early on. Wound treatment I don't worry about. I save that for a party member to get, along with most of the others. Well, spotting and tactics too, come to think of it, tracking. Wound treatment, the healing is increased by 20%. You know, pretty good, depending on how much you're fighting. If you're fighting all the time, it's not as ideal, because if you're in a fight all the time, you won't be able to get the healing to happen as well. Surgery, it'll help the chance of someone being mortally struck. Well, it'll give you a chance of someone being knocked out instead of killed. So with big armies, that's great. I know Rolf, the companion, has pretty high in that. Last I checked. That might have been one of the ladies, though. First aid. When the units leave battle, this affects how much health they'll have remaining. I like that one more than wound treatment, in my opinion, because you could be in a lot of fights and you can just leave 30% health instead of 10% health and hoping that they don't attack you. Engineer, it helps with making trebuchets, making ladders, making all sorts of crap, because when you want to actually start taking castles, you have to build ladders, or you have to build siege towers, whatever the heck they're called. In other games, other expansions with this game, you can just blow up the wall, but yeah, we don't have bombs in this game. It's very old-fashioned. Persuasion is in the name. You want people to do stuff for you. You want to move up. You want to persuade people. This is a skill. Oh, it's intelligence. I thought that was... I feel like that should have been charisma, to be honest. Whatever. Cool. Prisoner management. This allows you to hold more prisoners, and you can ransom them off to people for money, or certain quests will have you hold those prisoners and give them to someone for a really large sum of gold. Leadership increases the morale of your party, increases the size of it, and reduces the wages due to them. One of the most important skills in the game. If you can level it up, do so. Trade I've almost never used. I'd save it for a late game skill. Trade penalty is reduced by 5%. I mean, it's nice, I guess, but I just don't, like, compared to looting and other stuff, it just doesn't add up. Proficiencies are pretty straightforward. Pole arms or spears and staffs and such. One-handed, two-handed weapons, they'll tell you on the items. Archery, crossbows. Throwing is like javelins or rocks. I believe slings count as that too. They also have... I think that's it. Everything else is straightforward. Alright. Making the character. Got the charisma. Get some more intelligence. Oh, looting's agility. Alright. Let's see. I know it starts you off with a one-handed weapon. I don't know about anything else, though. Here you can do stuff to your character. I really don't care, so I'll randomize a couple times until I find someone that, I don't know, seems alright. Sure, why not? Here, it just kind of determines where you land on the map. So, Swadians, Vagars, Kurgits, Nords, Sarenids. Those are the 6 kingdoms you'll have to deal with in the game. Brief rundown, the Swadians tend to be in the center of the map, and they have a lot of units. I think the most kingdoms. The Vagars, they have some of the toughest bandits, along with the Nords, so I would not suggest dropping over there. Rhodoks can too, but the Vagars and the Nords have all the Vikingers, and that might be another game, come to think of it. But they have a bunch of Sea Raiders and crazy bandits instead of just looters, which looters you don't have to worry about. They carry, like, I don't know, they have fists or they have knives. Nothing too insane, no body armor. Kurgits are nice because... Oh, actually, hold up. Sarenids have a lot of horsemen, deserters. So that can be tough. Kurgits can have a lot of those too. So Rhodoks and Swadians are basically where you want to go overall. I'll start in Swadia, just to kind of get you a feel of the whole map. But at the start of the game, it'll start you in a small fight scene, like this. Hold shift to zoom in, scroll to switch weapons, left click to shield, right click to shoot. Hold down. With the bow to use that, you just hold down again. Just kind of swing with it. I think it actually messes with how quickly it'll be for you to swing. So it's never bad. But yeah, for reloading, you just hold down. Crossbows will take longer than bows, but will deal a lot more damage. Yeah, Merchant of Pravin, cool stuff. Cool. Alright, I guess I'll continue. I'll get this quest done for him because this is something that you don't have to do, but it'll gain you a lot in the game. Yeah, I'm interested. Cool. Collect some people, return to him. Nice. So for collecting units, If you want to get units in general, just low level, you go to the little villages. So like Asgard, Vidar, and Balani. And if you're looking for better units, let's say instead of getting recruits, you want to get crossbowmen or something like that, you go into Paravin, and you'd visit the tavern. Now given, they cost a lot, and yeah, you can't afford any of them. Mercenary horsemen are top tier. For most quests, you'll find people in the tavern. Well, wait, hold up. You're not. You're gonna find the merchant in the tavern all the time. If you're looking for knights or vassals, marshals, kings that are giving you quests, you'll go to the castle and walk around. I would not suggest walking around the streets. There's almost no point behind that. So there's a king that's one of the best people you can get favor from. You ask him if you have any tasks. You can't give your sword and vassalage until you have enough renown. I believe that's renown, yeah. And you can ask him stuff later on, more persuasive and renown based, and just kind of see if you can move your way up in the world. Press tab to escape that. Your will have tournaments. You can win stuff from there. I could do that now and get demolished just to get some levels up, but not this time. Not for you guys. Don't want to ruin your video. Yeah, always be aware of where you are on the map, because bandits can catch you off guard and just destroy you. Oh, nice one. That's exciting. Now, personally, the best thing you can do here is just get a bigger army rather than a smaller, in case you get caught off guard by some bandits. Or, I mean, heck, the game can just be weird like that. They could all be stupid, so you'll have more targets. More people to take the hits. Alright, cool. I mean, the problem is you then need to make sure you find enemies. Otherwise, if you run out of money, your party will lose morale. And if you have low enough morale, people are just gonna ditch. See you later. Bye. We want our money. You're not giving it. That also goes with food. Right now, you don't need a whole lot. I didn't know I had that. That's weird. Right now you don't have a whole lot, but it'll work for a while. It doesn't go away quickly, but always be sure to check it. Once you have a big army, you want 4 or 5 food items at least, just to keep up their morale. If you have a variety of food, that'll help with morale as well. Once you have companions, you're going to actually sleep in a tent or a castle at night. Otherwise, they'll get pissed because they don't want to run all night long, all day too. Reports and notes, I can get that in a later time, another video. They're pretty complicated. Camp, you can select books, which will help with leveling. Never retire. You might as well just quit the game at that point. Because even when I've won the game entirely, owned everything, gotten every single thing you could ever need, it still says it doesn't end too well for you. So, just not worth it. I just should tell you guys, the only way to truly win this game fully and get an end of screen you won the game is to take out all the factions. So like, you could join a faction like the Swadians and kill everyone else, take them over. Or you could do your own, make something up like Cross Currents faction. And okay, so you can't truly kill the lords, not in this game at least. They'll always either be captured and sold away, or they'll escape. But after a certain time in the game, they'll either leave the entire country or they'll join another faction, and eventually they'll join you. And I can get into tips on that as well later. There's just a lot in this game to offer. Hunt for bandits. Band of robbers. Yep. I didn't realize it gave me a horse. That's weird. So I believe I have this on the easiest right now. I would suggest that. Combat AI, you can do with whichever with that. Let's put up poor just to show you guys what it's like. It doesn't seem like it'll do too much. Like, okay, friendly fire damage is 1/2 instead of 1/4, but it can get pretty crazy. You'll start killing your own units on accident because of a bad arrow. Watch out, he's got a rock. To dismount or mount your horse, press F. Battle's done, press tab. Oh, I don't have any prisoner management. Oops. Okay, so leveling up. If you have units to level up, they'll have a plus mark next to their name. It'll also tell you how much money it costs, like 10 dinars for that. It'll also increase the weekly cost. If you level up, which hasn't happened yet, I'll get to that. For moving stuff over from the looting spot to your spot, just control left click. It's a lot quicker than dragging everything over. That looks dorky. Don't really grab the rocks. Anything that costs like will sell for 1 is not really a point. Alright, so that's better. Yep, alright. Some party members can level up. Alright. So, you can press Q to quick view your quests. Attack the bandit lair. Near Gizm. Free the brother of the merchant. Oh, there they are. I think I'll get a lot of loot for them, so I'll sell all this stuff first. It doesn't matter where you sell, it's going to be the same every time. Yeah. Same way as before. Tools you won't need. It's something way late game they might want, but I haven't really found much of a use for it. I don't really see any weapons I need. It's good to buy stuff from the merchants just to kind of level up over time, but if you're this early on in the game and you start off as like a veteran warrior, you might as well just kind of wait to see what you get, because you've got the basic weaponry you need to level up. So like right there's some looters. I'm not going to attack them yet. Manhunters, they're basically the police of this era. They're always looking for looters, for bandits, for all that crap, just to clear up the countryside. Oh, hold up, I might as well do that. When you do camp, speeds up time. It's like you're sleeping. I personally hate fighting at night, so I'll go during the day. It also moves slower on the map at night. So one of the most troublesome things about bandit lairs, it's a long walk. And it doesn't let you go on horseback because it's technically like a cave area. But on a side note, it is an interesting place to go into. Okay, so for combat techniques, you can press F1 and it'll give you a pop-up screen and all the little techniques you can give people. I tend to just do charge, follow me, and retreat. Stand ground is never really needed, but if need to, go ahead. Because that'll control everyone. You can do other F commands, but I prefer it with everyone so it's less confusing. Yeah, the game may seem easy right now, but if you put on hard and go against like Sea Raiders, you can be surprised with how hard that'll be. And once you actually go against other lords, they'll demolish you. Alright, I have to wait for him. There we go. Alright. Oh, my character's a dork. I believe after this, returning back from this quest, your character levels up for the first time. And it's pretty simple to deal with. You can just press C, or you can click on your character, and it's just like when you made your character. All the same ideas, except it's less of it. Oh, the terminated. That sinks. Oh, to talk, you press F, by the way. F is how you use most things. Okay, then he offers you one other little thing where you can just stay in town and murder some quote-unquote bad people. Yeah. But later on you kind of notice that it might not have been bad. He's just kind of killing random people. Yeah. Whatever. I think you don't even need to worry about people being alive as long as you are. It's the only real worry. Oh, Footmer will take out that guy easily. Okay. Oof. That probably would have helped. So also the way you click will depend on how you attack. Personally, I'm bad at this game when it comes to that. So there's the thrust, which if you just kind of move your mouse forward and click, it'll stab them. Overhead, kind of the same way. Right, left. Straightforward when it comes to that. Oh. Wow, so I'm 12 experience. Okay. Well, just gonna level up the character really quickly. The arena's a nice way to get some small experience. It's not too insane. Just gotta talk to him, listen to what he has to say. A lot of times they will double team you, like. Yep, there's a level up. Right now I'm just hoping that they will fight each other. Yeah, freaking shield. Sword and shield is one of the best things you can have in the arena, because it actually deals with archers. But also they can deal with archers. Fortunately, when archers die, you don't really see them drop their bows. A little weird. Closer you get to an archer, better chance he'll hit you, especially if you run in a straight line. I'm just let these guys fight it out. Or not. I should have gotten athletics. My guy's slow. Using his shield. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Kinda gonna sit back and hope that they keep spawning over there. If you finish the whole fight without dying, even if you've only killed like, I don't know, 2 or 3 people, they'll give you a pretty hefty reward. So I guess this is an arena tutorial as well. Oh yeah, just kind of stand still, don't move around, and they just kind of go against the people that are fighting. When you do tournaments, it's going to be something similar to this, except instead of them respawning, it's just like 5-on-5, you're on one team with a bunch of cavaliers or whatever against other cavaliers. And yeah, it's just more pleasure for the king. The king gets to choose what you want to do. It's much better in other games. Like if you play Viking Conquest, they have a bunch more variety. Oh no, they noticed I'm sitting in the corner. Okay. Oh no. Well, that's the basic idea of the arena. Oh, I got 25 dinars. Alright. Alright, so leveling up your character. Hit C. 1 attribute point. Yeah, I'll put in intelligence again. Wait a second. I put in charisma. Prisoner management. Athletics, sure. Oh, shoot. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Please like and share if you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be doing a lot of Mount and Blade videos, just based on quests, based on strategy, based on everything. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll talk to you next time.